All right. Welcome back, everybody. It has been a little while, but we are finally at the end of March. So we will go over the data analytics just like we do every month. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, overall numbers took a little bit of a dip this month, and I think that is predominantly due to beginning of the month lulls. So, beginning of this month, there was a lot of media attention due to the war and other global news taking precedence over pretty much most things YouTube. And YouTube as a whole actually took a small hit at the beginning of the month, but the second half of the month seemed to rebound a bit. So, keep that in mind. I'm also going to deliver this to you in a slightly different format than most. Usually, when I show you this March consolidated um, spreadsheet here, I've got it in a certain format for a certain reason, and that's because it's easier for my data entry guide to keep up with. But it's not always easy for me to relay some of this data in the most effective way possible. So I'm going to just leave it on this top screen, and we'll just drill down. We'll just sort by top from descending order down, and we'll just hit each category and we'll just run through them real quick. We won't harp and scroll up and down and waste a whole lot of time. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this month, sorry about that, getting notifications from YouTube. This month, most views in period belongs to Yappy B Man. You can see here 1.1 million views, which is an insanely good month if you consider every other month that we've ever recorded outside of last month. Last month was a freak deal where he had, what was it, 17 million? No, 11.7 million. Last month, this month, 1.1. Not a bad month by any stretch, but definitely not as good as usual. In second place was Ian at the Canadian Beekeepers blog, just over 500,000 views in the period. Jeff Horcroft, just under 400,000. JP the Bee Man, just under 400,000. 628 Dirt Rooster, just 3,000 behind JP at 370,000. Frederick, well below normal at 337,000. And then we have a few people in the 200 and 100,000 range. David Burns, Barnyard Bees, Flowhive, Honeystead, Kim Reynolds, Black Mountain. All right, so that's that. Let's go ahead and look at something we don't always look at. Let's look at the most total views, just period, just beginning to end for each channel. And this doesn't change much, this order anyway. At the top of the list is no surprise. JP the Bee Man has the most views of any other YouTube beekeeper at 45 million. Frederick Dunn putting a strong competition, putting a strong arm on him. He's making an attempt to overtake JP at 38 million total views. He's going to have to do a little bit more because right now JP still eclipses him on the monthly. So Frederick's going to have to kind of one-up him a couple times to take that lead. Barnyard Bees also 38 million. Flowhive 35 million. We've got 6 people in the 30 million range. Frederick, Barnyard, Flowhive, Jeff Horcroft, 628, and Yappy. Only one person in the 20 million view range, and that's Ian at Canadian Beekeepers blog. And then we've got 4 in the tens of millions. Vino Farms, Jason Chrisman, Don the Fat Bee Man, and the Northwest New Jersey Beekeepers Association. And then from there you can see who else we got. Cayman Reynolds is almost in that 10 million club by the end of this year. Surely. We added a new column this month. This will help kind of give insight into momentum. Because you know subscribers isn't always momentum, and a lot of times it is, but sometimes you could have a lot of views and not necessarily an equal amount of subscribers. So what this column represents this month are viewership percentage increase. And this is going to be a little bit easier for the smaller groups, the smaller channels, the newer channels to win out, just because their total views are obviously a lot lower number. And the winner here, Earl, at the Hillbilly Beekeeping channel, he had a 538% increase on total views. You can see here, total views at the beginning of March, 1,646, and he had 8,800 views this month alone. Really good job, Earl. Dry Cut, he started making videos again. Good job, Dry Cut. Is Dry Cut your real name? Your first name? Maybe it's your last name. I don't know. Anyway, he did great. 183% growth on the viewership. Behind him, South Carolina Happy Bees, 128.9. Right behind them, Gus Mitchell, 128.8. So these are all people that had more views this month than they had combined going into the month. So that's a notable achievement. Here at number 10, we got Lawson's Creek, 61.93%. That's a pretty good month overall. Now let's look at the kind of one of the bigger metrics on a monthly basis, right? How many subs do you get in period? And guess who won the overall subs in period? Anybody want to guess? Give you 3 seconds. No, just kidding. It is Kaylee at the Honeystead, 3,700 subs, which took her from 51.1K subs to 54,800 subs in March alone. So she bested the next closest by 600. She outdid number 2 by more subs than I have in total. She should be pretty proud of herself. In second place, David Burns at 3,100, which is kind of surprising, impressive for sure. Yappy the Bee Man, he had 3,000 subs in period. And for those of you who may not have been paying attention, last month, Yappy had 50,000 subs added, which is incredible. This month, only 3,000, but it's still a great number. I mean, it's the third most in our whole little niche, our demographic. So still very respectable. In fourth place, Texas Bee Works at 1,500. And then number 7, Lawrence over at Black Mountain Honey. What is he at? 1,000? So he had 1,000 this month. Easy. No big deal. So good job, Lawrence. If you guys haven't seen, Lawrence has concrete hives now. Pretty cool to see that. Sorry, I'm not doing a good job paying attention to the chat. Hey, Jeff. Yes, I'm at the office. Some of us work for a living. And Walker Bee Ranch. Yep, you are on the list. Once I get through going through the categories, I'll address anybody that is in the chat, all 2 of you. So that won't take long. Okay. So, yeah, Black Mountain Honey's doing his thing. Let's see. We had a lot of people in the 1,000 range. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people gained 1,000 subs this month. Barnyard Bees, Flow Hive, JP the Bee Man, Frederick Dunn, Jeff, Bob, and Lawrence. Kudos to y'all. Let's go ahead and check out the most subs right now. We all know who it is, but let's see if anything's changed. In first place with 210,000 subs, David at Barnyard Bees. Good job. Flow Hive has 205,000. JP the Bee Man is just shy of the 200,000 mark at 197. And the next closest is Yappy at 152. I'm sure he'll be there in no time. And then let's look at subscriber percentage growth on period. This is a measure of what is your relative growth based on your current size. We'll go top to bottom. And we've got a couple people who are hiding their sub count. And so it's kind of thrown off my thing here. But in first place, just like the viewership percentage growth, we've got Earl at Hillbilly Beekeeping at 63.95%. He went from 106 to 294. Good job. And then Dry Cut 60% from 9 to 23. Kodiak Farm, he went up from 33 to 70. That's 52%. Time is Honey, 37%. South Carolina Bees, a good stat there for them. Check out Gus Mitchell. He's kind of like the dark horse coming out of nowhere. From 471 to 737. Good job, Gus. Let's see, Lawson's Creek, they made the cut. 100 to 139, 28%. That's good. We'll skip right over Sideline Beekeeper, Craig Branch. 491 to 704, 30%. Oh, one thing I was going to show you guys. Let's go back to the total subs real quick. Something I think would be fun to watch. Speaking of Gus, I thought it'd be cool to kind of track, you know, the top dogs here, kind of cool to look at. But let's also look at, move this out of the way. Let's also look at who's getting close to monetization level. So one thing that's neat, we had 2 people reach monetization threshold just this month. Phil at 33 Mile Bees. He went from 741 to 1,050, which is really good. 29% growth, put him over that monetization threshold. And Horizontal Bees, who you might have seen, I think he was on the Stream Team Makers pop-up. Was that last night? 2 nights ago? I don't know. I don't even know what week it is. He went from 982 to 1,030, 4.6% growth. So good job, guys, hitting that milestone. That's a landmark for sure. And let's look at who's going to be close. Who might get into this 1,000 sub territory this month? So we've got 4 people that are above 800. Bees and Tractors at 808. Baddest Bees at 876. Baddest Bees is a pretty good channel. If you guys haven't looked at him, he gets some pretty down-to-earth content, and that is much appreciated. Premier Bee Products, we've all heard of them at 901. And the Keeper of the Bees at 916. So based on the numbers, the only one that has a shot or that it's going to get close unless something changes of getting to 1,000 next month is going to be Premier. And even at 5% growth, they're not quite going to make it. But if they put out a couple videos, they stand a chance. Let's see how many videos Premier did this month. 1. So they're going to have to do a little better than that. So come on, Premier, kick it up a notch. Now let's look at videos posted per period. I'd bet my life savings on who's got the most videos per period. I haven't done this yet. I'm going to guess Black Mountain Honey. Sort. Who is it? Black Mountain Honey. What a surprise. And he got how many videos? Let me bring one of these in a bit so we can see it all on one screen. If I just had a wider monitor. Nope, that wouldn't help. Good Lord, just show the numbers for God's sake. Here we go. Okay, Black Mountain Honey, 38 videos in the period. And in second place, Walker B. Ranch. This guy's like the marathon man. He's posting on average 1 video a day, and they are hours long. If I were to add a column for like total minutes of videos posted in a month, Walker B. Ranch would win by a mile. And third place, South Carolina Happy Bees, 28 videos posted, or 25, excuse me. Pine City Apiary, 19. Hillbilly Beekeeping at 19. So Earl, he retired and made a comeback and is still top 5. Everyone else is really slacking. Blue Green Horizons, 18. Frederick, 15. Kaylee, 15. Peaceful Mind, 15. Kodiak Farm, 15. Hey, if you're watching this and you're thinking, hey, that's not the right number, just note, YouTube was really weird on how they were listing video counts for some reason. My video count column was way off, and I had to go back in and reconcile like 100 video numbers. And I don't know if it was me or if it was YouTube, or maybe something has changed in the way they count. Not sure. But anyway, so if those numbers don't look right, just cut me some slack, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I didn't mention Gus Mitchell very much. I did mention he's kind of a dark horse. He's done a hell of a job. I didn't catch him when he started. I think he started middle of January, and he has put up some impressive numbers. It'll be fun to watch how he grows with the channel, because he might kind of be a really good indicator for what kind of like a model YouTube growth looks like from start to finish. We'll have him on one end of the spectrum and me on the other, and you'll know what not to do over here, me, and what you should do over here, which is Gus. So good job, Gus. All right. With all that said,